Hello, greetings. Happy Saturday. Hello, everyone, for a Saturday night connection. As for how long I'm going to be videoing is another story, but I'll stay as long as I can. Energy's been pretty low recently. I believe it's mostly an astral connection from a gathering because I went to bed sort of early, and I'm still tired. So anyway, so it must be some sort of doing a lot of clearing recently also. So I got a download today. I want to go into spirit guides. Yesterday I had a channeling of the Prime Creator. I have nowhere about the Archons. We'll go into a little bit more of that, possibly. As for spirit guides, we're going to label this spirit guide. Did I spell that? Say it right? A spirit guide discussion. As for the, I'm going to start this. I got a download just out of nowhere about the subject matter, and we're going to go into it a little bit more. As for let's go into the positive sides of it. With spirit guides, of course, they're here to guide you. They can't relay everything to you. From my experience, they in some ways become you. It depends. I've had people tell me that they did meditations and their spirit guide was saying they were sorry, they failed them. People have fired their spirit guides. Okay, we're going to go into the dirty of it. That's for pretty much what the download was about. So for the most part, spirit guides are very positive, yes. Can they be changed? Yes. They move around. They get fired. The other side fires them. Things you need to know, based from my experience. And, it's not all perfect on the other side, not at all. I mean, yeah, for the most part, it's fine. But there is a dark side to it, to the other side. And I do see spirits, like, I don't know how it works exactly, but it is some like spirits, like, they're just like, you know what, screw all you people, and they just go to the dark side. I'm serious. So we're going to go into the other side, too. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Souls can either have, I believe souls on the other side still have some darkness to them to a certain degree. Now, a lot of light workers are going to just laugh that off and say, I don't think so. It's, well, if you only want to see one side of the river, go right ahead. And other people have mentioned the other side is kind of like a hell pit to some degree. And it's on how you look at it. It's not all bad. It's not. But there are parts of it that can be chaotic, and some that speak about the drama there. Actually, they're to clear it out from what I'm gathering. They're there clearing out a lot of that stuff. You bring a lot of stuff from this planet over there. And, you're not the same person sometimes. And it's not easy. Trust me. I know how spirit guides are. I pissed off enough of them as it is. Not even my own guides, piss off other people's guides. When they have a message from me, it's like they get tired of me nagging them about stuff. That was in the past. Maybe still now. I don't know. But anyway, that was mostly in the past. So they do get. I've had spirit guides tell me off. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but and most people in our lovely world don't even recognize guides at all. That's a shame. I believe that's going to increase. I mean, as for awareness is going to increase. It's nice living in the la-di-da world of fantasy of called our reality. It's like I'm going to switch things around. What like our modern world calls fantasy, like fairies and all that, that's all real. What we're living is kind of the fantasy. It's the prison world, as you can see. And so, these are the keys to unlock it. And I mean, there's a lot of teal swans and even infinite waters, which is good. But a lot of them is connecting to the positive, which is good. A lot of people aren't ready to fully see the full picture. Well, that's why you're here. And some don't want to hear it. They call it all nonsense and run off, which is fine. Yeah, when you connect to the real stuff, it's insane. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted to, this is another, I remember, I knew there was something else. When you start connecting to this stuff, channeling, healing, whatever, you're going to be like, what the fuck? For at least 2 years. I've been doing this for a while. It takes me a while to get used to this. It's like I know there's a being here. I'm not fully connecting to it. And this is insane. But, you know, the insanity takes a while to fully sink in. Once you get used to it, the insanity feels fine. In this world, it looks like, it's understandable. And those that call us crazy is quite understandable. But what they're living doesn't make any sense. You know, money system and all of this, and being scared all the time, and just thinking, walking around head up your ass sometimes. You know, it's a little bit of, it's bullshit basically. So, we start to level of reality, being negative, whatever. But the reality of it is, it's just, it'd be nice if you can go to the store where it'd be more honest with people, but I'm not sure. Some are okay with it, not all. Whatever. Anyway, we're all in our little cubicles in the world, as you can tell to some degree. Even I am, because a lot of times I'm here, I'm so focused on what I'm working on. I'm trying to get out of that. I'm working on that. I'm working on my stress level too. It's right now. It's like up here. I'm trying to bring it way down. So I'm cool. I've had technical stuff. I'm just like, okay, no more of that. So, and that's why I made transitions recently. No more of that, and I'm just making a cool breeze as far as I can do. I've been looking for, technical stuff. I'm working on for the website stuff. I'm looking for direction. I found it. Anyway, cool breeze. No more stress. You got work stress. That's fine. But I'm adding like all these extra blocks. It's just not good. It's more stuff. It's just not anyway. So. Basically, as I've said in the past, this is a channel for the insane. But the insane gets weirder and weirder and weirder. But I'm all for it. I imagine many of you are also. Don't connect to the negative side. There's going to be, you balance it. You accept all things. Yeah, exactly. I agree. A friend of mine I'm talking with, just accept it all. Don't like, oh, you're negative or anything like that, like a reptilian or a Syrian that's got like a psychopathic vendetta against our world, whatever. It's all good. As hard as that, it's like, okay. Well, you know what I mean, though? I mean, the more peace you make, the more you're allowed to see. I'm warning that. I haven't seen anything. I'm not allowed to see everything. I'm not allowed to see anything. I'm no different from anybody else. You see through your third eye, that's about it. If I see through my third eye, I see archons. I see Yeshua right now, which is good. Before I was seeing archons, that wasn't good. Archons is good. It's good to make peace with them because they're kind of like, they're the ones that built the maze, and the other entities are kind of filling it in with their stuff. To give you an idea of how that works, there's a lot more to it than that, probably. Our world's like on an archon grid, you can say. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I know I jumped around. As for guides, okay, this is the download I got instead of just walking around it. We'll just go right into the meat of what I'm trying to get to. I got a download. I wasn't looking for it. I'll go into a little bit more into my guides. Imagine people were asking about this stuff. That's why it's coming to me. So I don't know. Not email or wise, but just like through the network of the universe. So what I'm getting at here is that guides can go rogue on you. I've had that happen. I'll go into that a little bit. But for example, there's different examples of this. Like okay, it was a murderer. It's like, how can your guides let this guy go and murder these people like a serial killer? Okay, we're just going to go into the dirty of it. because this is a download I got, so I might as well just dive in to give you more insight. Because I never really, I guess I'm ready to go into this. So for now, we're just using examples. We're just going to go to the worst one we can get. I guess serial killer, because that's pretty bad. Or whatever, rapist is probably no different in a lot of ways. From what I'm getting from this, that's not something I normally dive into, but what I'm getting is that the guides, they're all positive in the beginning. I believe so, mostly. Not all, not always. And you pick your guides too, so you might pick a rogue one. A rogue guide that's kind of wishy-washy, you already know. But from what I'm gathering, let's just go from this scenario, and you can tear it apart and add your own version to it, which is great. Because we all have our own knowledge to this. From what I'm gathering is that, let's put it this way, you have somebody that you already know is kind of not mentally there. You have guys that are positive. From what I got is that the guys are trying to help this person become positive, and they're already on their obsessive, not so great path. So from what I got is that some guys just get kind of just tired of it. It's like, he's not listening to me. From what I got, we'll just bring in somebody else that you can connect with. And it's usually a guy that has the same negativity as a person that's doing the negative stuff. So, not always. Now understand, this is on a case-by-case situation. But from what I'm feeling on this, I can give you an example of what I've been through. Give you kind of an idea of where I'm getting some of this from. Not to say I've done any of this, but you know what I mean. As for negativity from a guide, that's what I'm going at. It feels like the guide, now I can't be 100% on any of this, but I'm just giving you my take on it. It does seem like the guide is fueling their negativity through that person. I'm not sure if they're actually living through that person. I don't think there's different cases, possibly. I don't think so. Not when they go into that kind of darkness. But it's not pretty. And I believe the guys that are there for positive help are in the background, and I believe they're there to help this person get caught. They're helping others to catch them. They're helping police, they're helping neighbors, they're helping whoever they can get their hands on to help this person, to get caught. So I believe there is they have a dark guide, maybe one or two. Now, I don't know the whole details of all this. I want to give you an example of what I've been through. Back when I opened up to all this, I had Gabrielle. I'm going to put her on the light. Just to give you an example, I have Ulysses that's not here anymore. Got fired because he sucks. But Ulysses always had a problem with him. And people say, oh, he's not that bad. Yeah, well, I don't see that. But anyway, he's not here anymore. Apollo's here. But Ulysses is the main show. And Gabrielle came in. She was new. Now, at the time, it was like 2011. I was going to goth clubs I didn't go there to do anything. I just went there to think. I was working on my science fiction stuff. It's dark like Blade Runner. If you ever see that, it's like gothic, and it was perfect. So I'm just there, I was like, I can't talk to these people. I went there a lot of times just to mourn in my own patheticness, whatever. But it wasn't a highlight of my life. I don't think I ever made this public, but anyway, I don't think I did. Anyway, I was talking to a tarot card reader. She was an older lady that, when I realized I had guides, I didn't know what those even existed. I do have a cat here. No, it's just the wind. Maybe there's something running around here. Anyway, sorry about that. Oh, the door is open. No. Anyway, it's just the wind. Anyway, if that thing shows up in the back, just let me know. I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, I stopped going to the goth clubs. Like, you know what? This place is negative. When I first understood what negative was, goth clubs. I didn't think anything of it. But when you connect more to your guides, you start saying, you know what, that place is pretty bad. I probably shouldn't be going there, especially Ybor City. I walk through Ybor City, and I feel the cops is like, all these people are very positive, or I don't think these guys are for the wall, from what I'm gathering here. Some are, most aren't. It's like, okay, that's the criminals going after the criminals. That's good. So anyway, they're kind of shady. Let's put it that way. Not all cops are, but those were at least at that time. Remember, that was 2011. That's a long time ago. So what happened is I wasn't in Tampa or anything. And I felt like going to the goth clubs. Like, that's weird. What the hell do I want to go there for? I just kept feeling like to go. It's like, okay, all right, I'll go. I don't want to go. So I went there. I think I went there. And I felt kind of strange. I felt my guide was enjoying it, Gabrielle. And I was sitting there like, okay, this sucks. What am I doing here again? And I asked the tarot card reader about it, saying, I don't really feel like going here, but yeah, I went anyways. Like, I don't know why. And then the tarot card reader said her guide was saying that my guide is connecting to her negativity. That's why. So we don't let that happen again, basically. And when I heard that, I was like, holy shit. So it's like, that was the first time. So it's like, what kind of guides? I was asking, what kind of guides are these? It's like, geez. So it tells you, yeah, it's like, I don't really want to do this, but like for shopping, like, I don't really want to shop. I'm going to go buy all this stuff anyway. So that guys have something to do with that too. I don't know, it's not always the negative, but sometimes they live through you and it gets kind of obsessive at times. So just to let you know how that works. Now to give you what the download I got was pretty much, now I went to the serial killer stuff. It's a little bit extreme. That wasn't really where I was going at, but anyone that's a negative, very negative force, usually a guide that's kind of wishy-washy, does usually end up guiding the person to more negativity. And that person ends up living through that negativity. I'm not getting a whole lot of information here. They're kind of quiet right now. But yeah, it's kind of messed up. It's not all roses over there as much as you'd like it. As for firing your guys, another story. Like Ulysses, I've been trying to fire forever before he got fired himself. So I don't understand how the other side works. Like, they just wait like forever. I mean, do you have to burn something down to get fired? I mean, I don't understand. I mean, what does it take to get rid of these guys? So I don't have the full answer of how to fire these guys. I think it should be a lot easier. I mean, first off, for you to acknowledge you have a guy that's saying something, because most people think it's all fantasy. It's like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, enjoy your Netflix. Anyway, but it's like, but it's funny. People don't believe in this stuff, but yet they watch shows that are about this stuff, supernatural stuff. It's just kind of funny, but whatever. It's all fantasy. Anyway, yeah, as for what happened to Ulysses, he was taken to me to places he probably shouldn't have done. Having me connect to like female relationships that probably should have never happened. So he's putting me in a situation that just did nothing but aggravate me. And not to go into too much detail, but she just put me, he put me in a situation that just, it was him, and it was another guy that was the guy that killed himself. He was hanging around me, and I felt both of them get really aggravated. And then Apollo showed up. He just said, I'm Apollo, and just showed up. It was neater. It was cool. I felt Ulysses and this, Captain Suicide over here, both aggravated. So I was like, oh, I'm kind of liking this. It's like, I'm getting ganged up on here by the, Bonnie and Clyde over here. Well, they're both males, but either way, a bunch of pain in the asses. So I felt a lot better. And Ulysses has been nothing but, now Ulysses is not allowed around me anymore at all. At all. I put out the words like, I do not want whatever he is around me. I guess he tried to like live through my life, and he wanted to be in my place or something like that, which I never really thought of. You know, he doesn't want to be the guy. He wants to be in my position. Oh, come on down. It's like, see what I mean? And he hides this stuff. He hides like, oh, I'm this nice guy. He's not a nice guy. It's like, this is my guide. This is my main guide. I have no problem putting me on, you know, on a barbecue and just cooking me up, whatever people cook me up and eat me. I mean, really. I mean, this is my guide. Just chop me up in little pieces, basically. It's like, you know, did I go like to the asshole list and just grab the biggest piece of shit and get my hands on and make that my guide? Apparently, I don't know how I got him. I don't know how it works. Either it was a test from me, from what I'm gathering it was. I mean, can you imagine that? You can't even trust your own guides. It's like, first off, you can't trust people here. You can, but can't sometimes. Then in your own guide, it's kind of like just throw it in the cooker. And it does happen. I've been through it. I guess that's why I've been through it. Other people have these lovely guides. They're all telling jokes and have a great time. The rest of us is like, dude, I'm glad my guy didn't like push me off a freaking bridge. I have to say it. I mean, it's not that extreme, but in some ways it was. I have to go into details. It's like, if I'm suffering, he's enjoying every minute of it. It's like, jeez. So, yeah, it's like having a James Bond villain as your guide, basically. You know, and he plays this shit off like he's, I know this is all crazy to the rest of the world, but it's not. It's like, you know, I mean, I must have one of the biggest pieces of shit guides you can ever get your hands on. I don't have problems. My other guides are fine. I have a guide, Ulysses. He pisses me off, and I don't know why. So that tells you it's not right. So I'm just giving you my example. What I've been through. I haven't gone into details. I'm not going to go into details. You don't want to know. I don't want to remember it. But it's not. It's just this guy is just. He gets on my nerves. It's like, oh no, I'm okay. And it's like, no, you're not okay. You might be hiding it, but I see right through it. And so anyway, as for I asked him to get fired several times and never got anywhere with it. And I don't understand it. I didn't understand how to do it. It's like you have to change your name or something. You have to add an extra L to your. I don't think you have to do anything like that. Just fire his ass. The best thing is to go into meditation. I don't think I ever really done this because it's like he was probably talking me out of it. Probably because I could sense it right now. I never went to that extreme. I mean, I said you fired, fucking get away from me. I've done that, but I didn't do anything. But the way to do it, from what you know, if you got a problem with a guide that you know their guide's name, whatever name you give them, it doesn't matter. And these people are like really like, oh, this is your guide, be nice. Oh, fuck no, don't do that at all. My mentor from years ago said, if you have a guy that's not talking to you, just fire him. And this is another thing. Is you go into a meditation, do whatever you can to get into a meditation, and ask for this guy to speak to you. If it's not, I'm just going to fire it. I should tell him. And understand, like my mentor from years ago, forever ago, like 2014, he was a Native American. But he went into all this, you know, you got to change your name, you got to add an extra letter to it. Don't do that shit. Just fire his ass. don't make life difficult for you. You're not going to go off anything. You're going to be fine. Just fire his ass, or her, or whatever. You know, at least threaten them. I never went to that. I don't think I've really fully went to that extreme because I believe from what I'm gathering, I was talked out of it. But I did say it verbally. I know that. And I don't think I need to have much for. I mean, for a while, I was cool with them. Oh, that's right. Now I remember. I had a problem with Ulysses, and a Native American came in. And Ulysses kind of stepped back for a while. I remember that. So, but for anybody else, you know what? I just fire them. I threaten them first. See what they do. They don't fire them. Fuck them. I'm serious. I don't care. I know it's like threaten them, go into meditation, whatever you call a meditation, whatever you would call it, whatever it is that you can get into a relaxed state where you can hear your guides, whatever that is. A meditation might be a bit stronger. Some people have problems with doing meditations. I don't do a whole lot of meditations either. Not recently. I've kind of, I don't know, I'm in and out. I've had a lot of stress recently from work and everything. So it's kind of like, all I want to do is sleep. So that's why I've been kind of taking it easy recently. Just to relax yourself and just take breaths. Let your, another one of my methods is, which I forget sometimes, you can visualize like all the stress, all the darkness, and notice darkness around you and just have it all leaving your body empty. It just exits through your feet. All of it, leave your body empty. Surround yourself with light. Crystal water from holy water, whatever you want to call it, come through and clear you, so makes your body new. It does work. I haven't done that one in a while. Just taking all the stress, all the junk, just getting rid of it, just like flushing yourself basically, and allowing queerness come through, and then go into your meditative state. Just as you're connected, you can just go into a meditative state. Say, if you know the name of your guide, or can you guys come close? You're not going to talk to me. I'm going to have to start firing all of you. I'm serious. Because they'll play games with you. Ulysses played games with me. And he got himself booted. So, because what I got from Ulysses is not a lot around me at all. He's not a lot around me at all. No. It's like there's like borders around me now. He's not. Before, it's like he got kicked out. He was around here and there. It's like, no more. It's like, I've had absolutely enough of it. Because his input, it's like, no. I just put a wall up. It's like, get away from me. Do not get near me again. This is a guide I have to do this with. What is that shit? So, Gabrielle, it seems to be the one that's talking the most. That was Apollo. He is quiet. But it does seem like they're all going through her because she's been around the longest from what I've seen. So I'm okay with that. Apollo, I don't hear from at all. But it does seem like they're all talking through Gabrielle for the most part. That's what I'm gathering. All of them. I don't know all my guides. I used to have a couple of celebrities around me. Howard Hughes is around me, but I'm not sure what Howard Hughes would do. Yeah, it would pop in here and there. I'm not sure what he's doing. But anyway, this, for example, did show up for a while. And I didn't have a mustache during that, but maybe I should have grown one. But anyway, I don't know what the point of that was, but whatever. I'm not sure how many guides are around me. I don't really pay attention that much to it. I feel like 15 guides. So you can fire them all you want. They have to have the right to leave also. But it is good for you to clear your space. You have to show that you're in charge, so it is good. It's good to have a relationship with them. They're not talking to you. It's probably good to start putting them on the line. Start to say it's your life. This isn't fair. They're not going to talk to you. Just fire their ass. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to. And then if they start talking, then you're good. So I had to put this out there. Yeah, I've had a little issue with Ulysses. Yeah, because I had a. It's like, he said something smart a long time ago. It's like, I told him, I was like, I'm tired of this world. I'm just freaking sick of it sometimes. It's like, yeah, but there's some good stuff to it. It's like, really? Is there really some good stuff? Then we had a delivery for an attorney, and this attorney just rubbed me the wrong way. Just not good stuff around him. It's like, you know what? Like Ulysses, whatever is like really. I mean, it's like really. It's like yuck. That's not fun energy at all. It's not. So anyway. So as for guides, it does seem like some do go into the dark side. They do, yeah. They get tired of being being part of the other side and just go to the dark side of the other side. So there's the dark side of the other side. It's got to be. I don't know if you call it hell, but it is or astral. So it does exist. So yeah, these like those that have a lot of negativity attract kind of like a lower vibration guides. It all depends on the negativity. Now you can be negative, but you're not a malicious person. Everybody has some kind of darkness with them. So your guides are usually pretty neutral, pretty mostly light. You might have some that are like, tell that bitch off or whatever. I imagine some of that comes through here and there, but for the most part, I think it's pretty. For 90% of most, it's pretty, level for the most part. But there are some that are just dabble in darkness and just go into a hole basically. So that's what I got. I think I got more, but I don't remember it. But I think it's the gist of it. If there's little small details, I'll bring it up some other time. Try to write it down. But for the most part, but basically, if you don't have a guy talking to you, because I'm receiving this pretty heavy right now to mention this. It doesn't mean you have to fire him, but you know what? If they're not talking to you in meditation, fire him. Now, as for talking to him clairvoyantly, that's how I talk to mine. Now, you might feel it's your thoughts. It's technically, in some ways, it is because it's your energy they're connected to. But it's their thoughts coming through your consciousness. If that's the right way to interpret it. Either way, it's coming through you. So, asked my guides about. I saw Fast Furious 8 just to relax. It wasn't bad actually. It was stupid, but it wasn't bad. I asked about has secret government. It's like, yeah, a lot of that technology that's fake, obviously. The elites have more advanced technologies, and it's pretty easy to find us. Anyway, but it's kind of like glimpses into how they do things. In some ways, like the shadow governments, how they find us. They have like the thing called the God satellite or something like that. They can find anybody. Oh yeah, they have something like that, but a lot more sophisticated. I believe it goes through numbers first, like credit cards and stuff like that. And then it goes through cameras to find you somehow. But remember, it's not always cameras around everything. You have phone cameras, but I believe a lot of that stuff they do. But I believe it's mostly through numbers, like bank accounts, stuff like that. They go through first from one gathering. But I imagine at least that's one way. There are also a spiritual way, of course. They connect to you like that, like that. And those are more highly advanced clairvoyants, and they do exist. So those have been trained, obviously. So I believe you're getting there. As for like crossing the line, I think it takes a while to cross the line. Like connecting to what do you call them? What do you call them? The clairvoyants that work for the psychics that work for the government, but also the remote viewers is what I'm looking for. Yeah, there's heavily. I believe there was a movie about remote viewers also, but it was fictionalized. But the government do watch us, but not to put any worry into it. But yeah, we are scrutinized quite a bit. And as we awaken more, they are aware. But not to be putting any fear into that. As I said yesterday, it came through the channel about the archons, which I was actually surprised. I picked up on some of that. We are, yeah, it's called like a Archon grid around the world, and other entities have sort of put in their little bits here and there. But the more you recognize it, the more you don't have fear for it, and just recognize it and make peace with it. I believe you will open up more, because you're just welcome to anything. Many light workers just shut it out, which is understandable, especially when you connect to like a raptor species, aliens that are just freaking strange looking. A lot of people don't want to see that. So we want to connect to fairies and mermaids, and that's it. That's great and everything, but they are kind of letting out, the more you're open, the more you will see. The more also, I think, also, you bring less stress, which I'm working on right now. You're going to have stress here and there. But it does seem like it helps. You're making peace with the world. You're making peace with all of yourself to allow yourself to go into a higher density. So I believe you just, you're not, having this category. So I don't want to see this category. It's like, you know what? I want to see everything. And you will eventually. When the time is needed, you will know it's here basically by feeling it mostly. As for seeing it's another story. Seeing it is not really intended right now, but if you need to see it, you will through your third eye. But it does seem like the more at peace you come with all beings, not judge. Because the judgment is what keeps you disconnected. So like pointing at those people is like, oh, they're making fun of me, so I don't like them, and so I'm gonna judge them. Basically, in some ways, they are. In some ways, it's like, you know what? It's like I respect their point of view. We're good. Like people that are mocking me on the internet, calling me names, whatever. I'm fake, whatever. Blah blah blah. I'm not gonna mention any names because I was going to. It's like I'm not going to. It's like I'm gonna cry around like a baby. Go right ahead. It's fine. You can think whatever you want. That's fine. You're going to be one of many. You're just lighting the match. There'll be more to follow. I'm okay with that because that is where your level you were at. And that's cool. I accept that. It's fine. What we're connecting to is insane. But when you connect more spiritually, it's not insane at all. It's all cool, basically. It's pretty exciting. It's nuts, but it takes a while getting used to. It takes a while to digest all of this. It's just the more you make peace with everything, I'm saying it again, it does seem like the stress levels come down and understanding comes through. Of course, there's going to be some with you that it's very impatient to some degree. That can be worked on also. Because even with me, I get tired of certain scenarios. Going to work, coming here, I had to channel and do creative stuff. And I have to go to work with this. Like the job needs me, I need to be there. It's like, you feel like you're going to lose your mind. So I'm finding other creative ways of making this work. I was going to show a video animated video, but I'm not happy with it. So I'm going to, it's not where I want it to be, but I'm going to keep it for archive. I'm not going to show it because it's just, actually, I think it's hilarious, but it's not where I want it to be because I want it to have voice actors and a little bit more. I mean, it's funny how it is, but it's not feeling right. So, but I do have I have the cartoons, the strips. I have one, but I didn't show it today. I'm tired. I have another. Oh, I can tell you this because this came to mind of trying something new, a little bit more classical. I don't know if, I was going to try and submit to send newspaper stuff. I don't think anybody's going to take it. My thought is I can make this public because I'm going to start putting it out there. It's going to be like something like a Calvin and Hobbes. It might be color. It might be like a three panel thing. It's going to have aliens. It's going to have, I don't want to go into full detail, but it's kind of like, the parents show up and everyone transforms to their normal form. Something like that. They're all kind of aliens, and then when the mom and dad show up, everyone goes back to normal. You know what I mean? So, imagine you can know where I'm going with that. So, no stuffed animal. I would do creative stuff. We'll see. I'm playing around with that right now. So, so that's in the works, in my mind at least, and I'll make that public. So it'll be like a strip, a cartoon strip thing. So, but it feels like these little things help certain individuals. Maybe wake up one person. That'd be good. So, whatever. It's easy to call all this crazy, but then again, look what humanity is going through right now. Look at the violence in the world, pollution. It's like we're connecting to spirit. We don't want any harm towards anybody. Don't want any harm towards anybody. And yet, we're getting criticized by people that call it fake, but yeah, they're connected to so much negativity, anger. You have to be careful with your kids all the time. It's like not to say connecting to spirit's perfect, not at all. But it's like, not harming anybody. If you think it's fake, then channel yourself and see what you get. Oh, but it's fake. I can't do it. Well, yes, you can. So it's like, we all have these abilities, and it's time to start growing up and accepting them. It takes a while to bring out that talent, especially with telepathy. But then again, that's the challenge we all chose to come here to, go through the mud of it all. That's the gift of it. You can be on the other side where everything's perfect. For the most part, it still is. Even if there is some parts that's kind of dark, but it's only like it's still small. It's like, from what I'm gathering, like a spirit guide that has negativity. You have negativity, and you might want to, what are you going to do with that exactly? And I believe it's still accepted. I don't know exactly where they go. They go and sit in a corner, or they go to the dark side of the universe. I don't know what they do, but it does seem like some do go to our astral. They find their own place, or more part of the other side. There's a dark side. The other side does feel like there is one there somewhere. So there is a fight between light and dark. I do see that. A border between light. There's something there. It might not, obviously, with human, I think we all have sticks and they're all fighting each other. It might be just mostly energy that's just kind of doing its thing. So, we'll figure it. It's not for it, but as more people awaken, the more they'll see it. I think it's about it. That's all I have for tonight. Hopefully this is helpful. It seems like the spirit guide's information was pretty, hopefully somewhat helpful. It's not full detail, but at least I give it kind of from my perspective. If there is anything else, I'll mention it again. I'll go into it a little bit more if I can remember anything. But for right now, that was pretty much the gist of it. You do have assortment of guides. You still have positive ones around you if you're going through dark times. But understand, most people are on a pretty level end. There's some extreme darkness, extremists, Wall Street bankers, politicians, politicians, it's kind of gritty. So, but that even there is not fully dark unless they fully do something. It's totally not, narcissistic, negative, But even there, I think, it's all different levels. Like, it takes time. Any last words? She says, just be patient with yourself. Your guides will come along if you are willing to trust them. And trust their messages. A lot of people are not trusting the messages. and to not feel, don't feel impatient. It will come through. Just you're just getting used to all of this. That's all. Love and light. All right, much love, everyone, and have a great night or morning.